Hey, Lauren, it's Matt with Berkshire Hathaway Home Services Select Properties. Like I said over the phone, this is your 2024 real estate review in a video format. Next few minutes, I'm just going to do a quick little review of the estimated valuation of your property, the market activity impacting that valuation, and some overall market stats for your immediate area. This is all based upon my assumption that this is the correct house. This is your house. If it's not, and this is the wrong house, then don't bother watching the rest of this video. Just let me know and I will redo the report with the correct house. But I'm pretty sure this is the correct house. First thing I'm including this video, just for context, all this automated valuation and the research that I've done is based upon the information that's in the MLS and the tax record. So this is a printout of the tax record information from the agent's MLS. So it has information from the last MLS listing, so when you bought the house in 2019, as well as information that is in St. Louis County's tax record information. So if there's anything that's inaccurate in the report and you want me to update the numbers and update the real estate review with more realistic realistic data based upon the current condition of your home, please let me know and I can do that. So for example, I know that when you bought the house in 2019, there was only one bathroom there. You've since added another bathroom. You've since, almost fully gutted the main floor, and you've finished the basement, added an egress window and all this stuff. So that information is not necessarily reflected in the old MLS listing, nor is it necessarily reflected in the tax record information. So just a little caveat there. Speaking of automated valuations, so this is an automated valuation report for your property from Collateral Analytics. That is a tool that my company has exclusive access for residential real estate purposes in the St. Louis market. And based upon all of the MLS and off-market sales over the past 24 months, and here's a list of all those MLS and off-market sales over the past 24 months, it has come up with an estimated value of $322,000, which falls in a range that ranges from 286 up to 357. I think that 322 number is low, and I'm going to tell you why I think it's low. So I've pulled a bunch of comps, and I've looked at all those comps that were in this list, but I picked out 7 comps that I'm going to email to you to look through that I think are most relevant to you. One has not sold yet. It's currently under contract, but it's a block away up your street, 8610 Rosalie Avenue. It was listed at 3099 when it got a contract. It is not closed yet, so we don't know what the final closed sales price is. Be interested to see what it looks like when it's closed. It's a 3-bedroom, 1-bath, pretty close on square footage. If you click through the photos here, you'll notice that the kitchen is outdated. The 1 bathroom is outdated. The basement is not finished. And there is still some old carpet and paneling in some of these rooms. So knowing that your house is fully updated, be interested to see where this one closes at. The most impactful comp on that 322 number from the automated valuation tool is your next door neighbor's house, which sold last fall. And from what I understand, this house sold as is for 214 because the entire house needed to be redone. So it is comparable square footage. And it's right next door, so it's pretty relevant to your house's valuation from an automated standpoint, but it is only 2 bedrooms. It says 2 bath. That second bath is in the basement. It is only a half bath, and it is hardly a half bath at that, which I think you've seen the photos and you've been over there, so you're pretty well aware of what it looks like. Anyways, once your new next door neighbor finishes all the renovations, I'll be interested to see what it looks like, and I'm sure the next door neighbor has had to put a lot of money into it if they bought it for 214 as is. Next thing, 8615, a little bit more relevant comp, 3-bedroom, 2-bath, a little less square footage. Unfortunately, they only have 1 photo for this listing, so I don't know what the inside looks like, but it did sell for 380, which is pretty awesome for you. House on the street immediately behind you, 8526 White. This one was a 3-bedroom, 1-bath, a little less square footage. A couple caveats when you look through the photos. It is a flip. So you can tell that it's a flip, and also it's a slab home, so there's no basement down there. So I think your house not being a flip and also not not being a slab home and having a full basement, that should boost your value. Street over on Eulalie 8539. This one also only has the one photo, but it was a 3-bedroom, 2-bath. Did have a small addition on the back, so it had 2,000 square feet on the main. It sold for $378. Also on Eulalie 8538, 3-bedroom, 2-bath. It says 2-bath, but it's actually 1.5 bath in the basement. This has an addition on the back, so it's 2,200 square feet. That one sold for $342,500. I think when you look through the photos, you'll see some things are updated to comparable standards to your house, but also some things are they're not dated, but they're not super up to date. So, and then the last comp that I'm including in here is your other next door neighbor that sold last year, 8531 Rosalie. That is a 2-bedroom. Again, says 2-bath, but it's really just 1.5 bath. They do have that small addition on the back to make it 1,675 square feet. But anyways, that one sold for $335. So again, with you having 2 full baths, finished basement with an egress window, and completely updated main floor, I think that your home should be significantly worth significantly more. So I do think that 822 number is off. Other things I'm including in here, just some Brentwood area market-wide data. Average sale prices over the past 12 months, they have risen. So they've gotten up to 366, which was an increase over 318, which was an increase over 293. Supply and demand, not enough supply, still a ton of demand for your area. So average prices have continued to go up. Speaking of supply and demand, looking at the number of sales over the past year, there just was a over 8% drop off from the previous year period, which was an over 15% drop off from the period before that. So I think interest rates have played a large factor in that. People have been locked into lower interest rates and haven't been motivated to sell in those high interest rates environments that we've had to deal with over the past year. And for 2024, as interest rates slide down, I would expect to see more sales in the area. Despite there not being as much inventory and the high interest rates, showing per listing activity has still been pretty good. Yes, it did drop off over the past year compared to the year before, but we're talking about 8.4 versus 9.5, and looking at 8.4 showings per listing, you go back to 2022 when interest rates were still significantly lower than where they are now. It was at 8.7. So, still a pretty strong buyer activity despite the high interest rates and the low inventory. Anyways, like I said at the beginning, you want any of these reports, whether it's those 3 stats I've printed or any of these other stats, I can put these all in a printed packet for you to deliver to your house. If you got any questions about this, let me know. Also, another important thing, if you know anybody else that would appreciate this information, whether they're thinking about selling or they just want the updated info on their house, and they want to talk to me about my insights on it, please let me know. Friend, colleague, neighbor, family member, doesn't matter. Just tell me who, what, when, where, when, and I will get them a report made for their property. Hope you have a great 2024. Look forward to talking to you soon. Thank you.